you know, like I said, I did read that he had vitiligo. But then, of course, there's stories that he and his sister, Latoya, stockpiled like whitening creams and things like that. So whether he applied that cream to lighten himself, or whether he applied that cream to, you know, make his already existing vitiligo less noticeable, you know, I don't know. I know that in the autopsy they said that he did have it, but you know, it's difficult to know. Again, you know, there's doesn't seem to be any definitive answer when it comes to Michael. And of course, you know, a lot of people felt that his plastic surgery was an attempt to look more Caucasian, because, you know, obviously his nose was very narrowed, and but again, you know, I don't think it's fair to say that because he, you know, attempted to have a more, shall we say, Caucasian nose, that he hated being black, because that seems to be the suggestion made, and I don't think, pardon the pun, but I don't think anything's ever that black and white with Michael. I think that many black people feel pressured in our sort of white supremacist culture to look as white as possible. And, you know, a lot of black women straighten their hair. Now, does that mean they hate being black? No. But, I mean, even a lot of white people dye their hair blonde. You know, what's that about? So, you know, I think that we have an ideal sometimes in society of what beauty is, and it seems to, I think it's changing, but I think in the past, you know, being beautiful, being all-American, meant blonde and blue-eyed, and we've all sort of been, I guess, entrapped by that. Maybe entrapped is not the right word, but I think you can understand what I'm saying. I don't think it's really fair to judge someone that had, you know, that many people looking at them and that many eyes on them. And, you know, if he felt more beautiful pursuing a particular look, you know, I don't think we should necessarily judge that. I think maybe, you know, some understanding and some sympathy is perhaps what's the order of the day there. You know, you know, I'm not black, in this country, so I don't pretend to know what that's like, but, so I'm not gonna judge, you know, but anyways, you know, I hope that wasn't offensive to anybody, but anyways, so, Michael, you know, in the 90s, you know, he was still successful, in the early 90s, but he faced an enormous controversy, and, that controversy is, of course, allegations of sexual abuse made by a young boy, and by that young boy's parents, and, this was shocking. I don't remember it well, because again, I was just a kid, but I do remember thinking, oh wow, that's really not good. And the biggest controversy about that situation is, of course, that he paid $20 million to the family. There are many reasons suggested as to why he paid this money. Number one being that he just wanted this problem to go away, and that $20 million at that time for him was a financial drop in the bucket. You know, it just didn't make a difference to him. And of course, you know, going on trial, you don't really know what's going to happen. So, you know, that's one way of avoiding it. And then, of course, the other alternative is that, you know, he actually did do this and was afraid of a trial revealing the truth. And so he paid this family off. Again, you know, I cannot say, you know, which way he went there. It would be about 10 years later where he would face a similar allegation. And I think at this stage, his career was a little less, I don't want to say he wasn't as popular, because Michael Jackson was iconic, so he sort of always was a popular figure around the world, but his image was, I think it's fair to say, pretty tarnished. You know, at this stage, the surgeries had really sort of mucked up his face, and you know, and I'm not making fun of that in any way, but you know, the public and the media certainly ridiculed him for that. And he became more known for his quote-unquote peculiarities rather than his immense talent. And which is really too bad. But that is a fact, I think. And you know, obviously his marriages to Lisa Marie and Debbie Rowe were not taken seriously. And you know, Lisa Marie has since said that, you know, it was not a sham marriage, it wasn't publicity. And I believe the Debbie Rowe situation, you know, that sort of has been concluded that was true.